This conference will now be recorded.
So last class what we did, son, can anyone tell me how to insert pivot table? Is there anyone how to answer me that how to insert pivot table? I think we have started how to insert pivot table and we have stopped in the last class. Move on. Okay, I'll tell you. So pivot table is which is nothing but used to summarize your large data. So here I have order ID, product, category, amount, date and country. Clear. So based on this data, if the person is asking a question, this data is around 213 records. Based on this record, a person is asking me a summarizations based on a question. So that is nothing but I just write the question in the notepad, go through that. What is the total amount exported for each country? There. So first question is what is the total amount exported for each country? So first, how do we install pivot table? So simple, either select all the data by using Control A or select only one cell. Anything is fine. Selecting one cell will be easy and click on Insert tab. Click on Pivot Table. Click on Insert tab and click on Pivot Table. So automatically what will happen? One cell you selected it. So because of that, the entire range will be selected. In the below you can see select a table or range. Okay, the table or range has been selected. That means the range has been selected from the cell address A1 to 214 of F column. A1 to F214, the entire record has been selected automatically. And below there is a line saying that choose where you want the pivot table report to be placed. So click on existing sheet, click inside location, choose the location on right side anywhere and click on OK. Clear. So now this is nothing but called as pivot table report sheet. On the right side, whatever is the right, this one is called as field list. Unfortunately, if at all if you close this, basically what happens when you click outside of this report, that will be get hidden. Again when you click on this report, it will come back. Unfortunately, if you close this, don't worry. Once you insert pivot table, in the top you can see two tabs additionally it would have been added. One is pivot table analyze and one more is pivot table design. Click on pivot table analyze. On the right side, can you see field list? Click on the field list. Then automatically it will come back even if you close also. Now here in this place, whatever the fields I'm having here, that everything will be listed here also. And below we'll be having four field. One is filter, column, rows and values. So this is very simple based on the question. Based on the question, if you properly drag and drop the field into a proper box below, then automatically the report will be created. So last class also I told, for this question, which field where I need to drag and drop. Anyone can just tell me in the chat box which field where it has to be dragged and dropped. Based on the question, which field where it has to be get dragged and dropped. No one is there to answer the question. Amount field in the value. Very good. Sarada, country in rows. Yes. Amount field into values and country into rows. The report has been created. Okay. Now I'll just tell you next what are the concept we are going to see in the pivot table. So just make a report on that. So first thing we learned how to insert pivot table. That's the first thing. Next, how to summarize values. And then how to show the values. Okay. And fourth, how to use sort. Sort has two type. One is value sort and one more is text sort. And fifth one is two-dimensional pivot table. And sixth one, how to use filter. Filter has three types. One is slicer, basic filter, and timeline. And seventh one is multi report, multi value, and multi filter. For fields, how to use in one place. And eighth one is mm, wait, we can use grouping. So grouping also classified into three things. One is text group, one more is value group, one more is date group. Ninth one final is calculated field. So these are the concept we are going to see. So these are very easy. I will just give the question for this also in the notepad, and based on the question we will solve all these topics, so it will be easy to understand. Note it. So these are the topics we are going to see for today. Then, okay. So now, second one, how to summarize value as. So my question is, so here it is showing what is the total amount, right? So for in Australia, Canada, what is the total amount has been sold out? For exported, it is showing. So I want to know here for Australia, how many times we have exported. So that means give me a report for how many times for each country we have exported. What is the total amount? What is the give me the report for how many times for each country we have exported. So that means I'm asking here what? Not sum of amount. Count. Count will say how many times. So I'm asking here what? Count of time. Okay. So it's very easy to show the report on the same report, or else in the below I can insert. For example, again I'll select one cell, insert, pivot table, existing sheet, choose the location. Below here one cell you select, click on OK. So now I'll choose the country to the rows, amount to the values. I'm getting the sum of amount, but actually I don't want sum, I want the count. So exactly just right click only on the value field. One value, do right click. Once you do right click, you can see something called as summarize values by. So there you have count, average, minimum, maximum product and all. So my question is what? I want count. For each country, how many times we have exported, the count of that it is showing here. Totally 213 records. So number of countings it is showing here. Just right click on the amount value, go to show summarize values by count. So let me know all of you if you are getting this one or not. Please respond everyone in the chat box. I will monitor who is not responding, so I may consider them as absent for this class also. And there is no response from your side, the person who is not responding, I will consider them as absent for this class. Yeah, I will repeat once again. So first read the question. Give me the report for how many times for each country we have exported. In previous report, it is showing that what is the total amount exported for each country. Okay, here I want to know how many times. So there is difference between sum of amount, count means number of amount, and minimum value, maximum value, average value. So I'll select one cell, insert the question you read once again. Give me the report how many times for each country we have exported. So we need country and amount. Count means first we'll take amount, then we'll count it based. So select one cell, click on insert, click on pivot table. In the bottom existing worksheet, choose the location and choose the location here. Click on OK, choose the country, and choose the amount. Now by default it will give you the sum of amount, but you have to change it or you have to access it to count. So count will say how many times. Minimum means what is the least value we have exported for each country. Maximum means what is the highest amount for each country we have exported. Okay. And then average means what is the average amount for each country we have exported. So simple, just select one cell, do a right click, one cell on the value field. Don't click sum of amount text column. On value field, do a right click, go to summarize, choose count. Count will show you the count. And again, if you do right click and if you go for summarize average, it will show you the average value. Averagely for Australia, we are exporting for 4,878 rupees. And what is the minimum value, sorry, maximum amount we exported for each country? This is a maximum amount that we have exported for each country. Again, right click, summarize minimum. This is a minimum amount for each country what we have exported. Please let me know if you have understood this. Monica, you're getting it? Divya, okay. Varnika, Jacqueline, what about Anisha, Zarin? Hmm.
Understood, sir. Understood, sir.
Okay. So now the next concept, next question I'll tell you. So let me see how many of you are answering. Now I'll just make again this to average amount. Whatever count or average I will make it. So now that country is the right. Automatically it is arranged in the alphabetic order like A to Z. On the right side, I want to say, so for example, wait, I'll take maximum. Don't want average, maximum. So to which country maximum amount has been exported? That you show me in the top. Show me order wise to which are the country have done highest sales. Okay, this is my question. So very simple. Just do right click on this value. Go to sort. Go to sort. Smallest to largest, largest to smallest, two will be there. I have to take largest to smallest. So this says in a order to which are the countries we have done highest sales. In this order wise it is showing. Just a right click on the value, go to sort. Because we are doing right click on the value field, this is called as value sort. Okay, so now same thing, if I do right click on the text, you should not select like this. If you select like this means this arrow mark will select the both cells. So that is nothing but the text and value both has been selected. So that time we cannot choose which one is going on. So this text or value. So properly select only the text. Do right click. Go for sort A to Z or Z to A. That's what I given here. Value sort, text sort. So now this is over. How to insert pivot table is over. How to sort is over. Is it clear how to sort for everyone? Sorting, right click on the value, smallest to largest, largest to smallest. Right click on the text, A to Z and Z to A. Is the sorting concept is clear? Because the same sort will
Yes,
come
sir.
in Tableau also. Please concentrate here so that it will be easy for you there. Okay, now show value as. Show value as means here it is showing. I'll make it to sum. If it is in maximum, first you make it to sum. First make it to sum. Now here it is in the sum of amount. What I want is I don't want in sum. I want in percentage wise. What is the percentage of transaction I'm doing for each country? Show me in percentage wise. I don't want value wise. I want percentage wise. Clear? So now do right click. There is an option called as show value as. Right click on any one value, go to show value as and choose the second option, percentage of grand total. So what is the percentage it is showing for each country? So for US, it is 25.94. The highest percentage of sales is done by US. Then, so hope you understood this one also. So now next, two-dimensional pivot table. Now this is my question for you all. So you have to just tell me the answer, or you have to take a photo of the screen and send in the group. Let me check it out. Okay, the question I'm writing in the notepad. Show me the wait. Show me the report for total amount exported for each country product wise. So I want the answer to be posted as a screenshot in our group, WhatsApp group. Okay, is it answer has been done? Okay, I'll show you the answer. It's very simple. First, insert pivot table in an existing sheet below here somewhere. My question is what? Show me the report for total amount exported for each country product wise. So country we required, product we required, amount we required. Always amount into values. Country I'll take it to rows. And product wise I'm asking so that I can take the product to rows also. This is a length report. It shows like this. But if I take both field into rows, then it is called as multi-row report. I take two field into row, then it's called as multi-report. But what I will do, I'll take this product. So this will be the perfect answer for my question. So for each country, what is the total amount exported for each product? Is the same answer everyone are getting? Either this is fine or this is fine. Both answers are called correct. But I am saying this is be perfect. If I am showing a report, then this view will be perfect view. Hmm? Okay. So now the next concept, this is two-dimensional pivot table. So now first we will see filter. My question is for filter, show me the report for total amount exported for each product only to France country. Is anyone are able to answer this? You're understanding how to answer this one? Show me the report for total amount exported for only the product to France country. For each product only to France country. No? Okay, so now I'll show you. Select one cell. insert pivot table, existing sheet, choose the location. Now my question is, what is the total amount exported for each country only to, sorry, each product only to France country. Take product to rows and amount to values. So for each product, what is the total amount we are getting? And we want to know only for the France. France comes under where? Country. So only one means then we have to talk about filter. So take country to filter. Then here, click here and choose on the, click on the arrow mark here and choose only the France and click on OK. You're getting it? Please let me know the response in the chat box. Okay, sorry, I was muted. Okay, sorry. Once again, I'll repeat. I think I was muted. Select one cell. See, question is what? Show me the report for total amount exported for each product only to France. So first show what is the total amount exported for each product. So come back, insert pivot table, total amount exported for each product. So product and amount. Okay. Then only to France. France comes under where? Country. So only one means I'm talking about what? Filter. Take the country to filters. So country will show all this. So click on this arrow. We are talking about only France. So select France. If multiple means click on the checkbox and choose that multiple. So now only France. So select France and click on OK. So now this is a report. Done. Good. Okay, now the same filter, other two things. What is that? One basic filter we have did. Slicer and timeline. What is slicer means? Slicer is also nothing but called as advanced filter of X pivot table or Excel. Slicer is advanced filter. So basically filter how you will do, you'll click on this, click here, click there, like this, check box and unchecking the box. Checking and unchecking. Based on this concept, we will do what? This concept, right? But now what I wanted is a easier method than this one. So for that, first what I'll do, I'll import, means I will insert a two-dimensional pivot table. So select one, insert pivot table, existing sheet, choose the location on the right side, click OK. For each country, product wise, the amount exported. I've taken this table. Now, once you inserted this two-dimensional pivot table, on the top you're seeing pivot table analyze, right? Yeah. Below here, can you see something called as insert slicer? Select one cell, click on insert slicer. So this report based on what and all you want to filter. You want to filter based on product, click product. Category, country, and click on OK. Then now once you insert this slicer, for example, I'll not do any checkbox, uncheckbox and all. Just if I want to see the report only for beans, click here. Banana, carrot. If you don't want this report filtration, just clear here. Then the report show only for fruits. Show me the report only for vegetables. If you don't want, clear. For Australia, Canada, France. If you want multiple, hold down the control key in your keyboard and select multiple. You're getting this? Please let me know. It's a very important slicer. Whether you're getting or not, please tell me in the chat box. Good. Same way, One more information I want to give, that is what slicer supports for table and pivot table. For both it will support, but not for range. Range means normal record. This is range. This is not table. If I convert this into table, then I can see. For range, I cannot insert slicer. It will not work. If the same report I have as a table, Control T, OK, table, then I can insert slicer here also. Okay, slicer supports for table and pivot table. But if you have the record as a range, then slicer will not support. Done. So now timeline. Filtering the data or filtering the report based on date and time is called timeline. If you have to use timeline, your data should be as pivot table. You have pivot table. Timeline will not support for table or range. Timeline supports only for pivot table, and your data should have column with date and time formatted. Date or time formatted. Your data should have a column with date or time form. Okay. Now for the same report, I'll clear all the slicers. Backspace to delete or delete button to delete the slicers. Now I'll insert timeline. Select the table. Go to pivot table analyze. There is something called as what? Insert timeline. Click on timeline. Filter the report based on date or time. Select. So I told right, your data should have a column with date or time. I am having a column with what? Date. So because of that, automatically I am getting supported. If not, it will not get supported. Select pivot table analyze. Insert timeline. Select the date and click on OK. So move this to the bottom. Pick up a color in the timeline tools. In the top, this is September month report. This is October month report. And if I stretch this, like first 3 months report, how many months you want, you can stretch it out. But the problem is what, right? I cannot select individuals like August and November like that and all. separate. By holding control key also I cannot select. I can select only as a range or as an individual. Here month wise I'm filtering. So can you see month here? Month wise I'm filtering. And I click on this, select year, entire 2016 report. Click here, quarters, first quarter. In a year, there are four quarters, first quarter, second, third, and fourth report. Then month, which month? And then days. September 18th of 2016, September 18th of 2016, for US, we have exported orange for 3,861 rupees. So all of you understanding with this? Timeline and slicer both. These are two important. Respond. So please repeat timeline. Okay. So now I'll tell you timeline one more. Select the cell, insert pivot table in a existing sheet. Country into rows. Product, I mean, amount exported for each country product wise. That report I'm taking. Then select the cell. First rule. Rule number one. Your data should have a column with date and time. Rule number two. Pivot timeline supports only for pivot table, not for range or not for table. It supports only for pivot table report. That is rule number two. Rule number one is what? Your data should have date or time column. If not, timeline will not work. Timeline means what? Date or time. That's what timeline. So then, if that should be there in your database. If not, it will not work. Then insert pivot table. Once you insert pivot table, then only you can use timeline tool. If not, the timeline tool will not work. Okay. After inserting pivot table, click inside one cell of the pivot table. Go to pivot table analyze tab. Click on insert timeline. Choose the date column and click on OK. Okay. Now if you click on August month, September, month wise or year wise, you can clear here. That will be clear, or you can use shortcut key Alt C. That is clear filter. Quarters, month, days. Done. Is everyone have understood this one? Sonika, is timeline is clear for you?
Yes, sir.
Okay, now next concept we are going to see is slicer timeline filter is over. So next concept, multi-report, multi-value, multi-filter. All three are very simple. When it is called as multi means very simple. I'll show you see here. Insert pivot table. Each for country and product amount. So in the rows I have used two field. Then it is called as multi-report. If I use two field in the row, then it is called as multi-report. Same way, when I use two field in values, one is total amount and one more is percentage of the amount. Like this, anything or average, whatever it is. In the value field, I have used two times the amount or anything two times. So then it is called as multi-report. Here multi-value, multi-report, multi-value. If I use two things in filter, then it's multi-filter. For example, multi-filter, I'll insert one more. Category filter, country filter for the products of amount. So two field, only for the category of vegetables and only to the country of France. So two filter I'm using. So this is called as multi-filter. So whichever box, if you use two times, then that is called as multi-filter. Is that clear ma for everyone? Multi-report, multi-filter. Next grouping, it's slightly different. I'll copy the report to a new sheet. Here I'll again do that all three type of groupings. Select one cell, insert pivot table in an existing sheet. I'll take product to rows and amount to values. Grouping means merging more than one field into one group. Merging more than one field into one place or one portion. Clear? How means, for example, apple and beans. These are morning shift. I'm exporting in the morning. So morning shift. Okay. Select apple, hold down the control key and select beans. You have to hold down the control key. First select apple, hold the control key and select only the beans. Then right click on that, go to the option called as group. Automatically to be get grouped and you can see the name group 1. Okay. Once you see the name group 1 in the formula bar here in this place, select group 1 here and in the formula bar here, rename that as morning shift. Like simply somewhat. Then banana, carrot, orange. These three, right click, group, general shift. And last two you select, right click, group, group 3 you select, go to formula bar, rename it as night shift. Is that clear for everyone, ma? Please repeat once. Okay, now I'll repeat again. See here. First, I'll set one cell, insert, pivot table, existing sheet, choose the location. Okay. First, create report like what is the total amount exported for each product. So, product into rows and amount into values. After that, one field if you do right click and group means you cannot group because group means you should have more than one field. So that select one, hold down the control key in your keyboard and select one more. Don't go like this arrow mark. Individual, this type of cursor, this cursor and this cursor. Select two and do right click and group. So automatically in the top you'll get group 1. Click on the group 1, go to the formula bar, rename it as morning shift. Select this one, right click, go to group and say this as general shift. And remaining whatever is there I select together, do right click and group. Or else you can select like this and in the top there is an option called as group selection. Here you click, it will be get grouped. Select this group 3 name, go to formula bar here and select as, give the name as night shift. You're understanding now? Okay. So now text group is over. Value group. So for value group, we have to take only values. So this concept is, for example, there are some few markets like small supermarkets, right? Like Vishal Mart, Mega Mart, and what is that one more? D Mart, like that. There will be some mart. Okay, in there and all, they will be having two type of aggregations. So there will be products from 10 rupees to 1000 rupees also. There will be products available from 10 rupees to 1000 rupees also. But what they will do, end of the month, they will aggregate and they will take a report based on what budget or price range peoples are buying. That means 10 rupees to 100 rupees. In this price range, we have more sales, or 100 to 500, or 500 to 1000, or 1000 to 500. In which price range more number of sales has been done. So they will come to know that peoples are in which economic level. It means at what level, I mean with budget range they are ready to buy the items. So based on that, at that particular range of price, I will import products. For that concept, they will use this value group. Okay. So this they can call as summarizing also. Any other words also is there for this. And now how to execute that one? Just select one cell, click on insert, go to pivot table, existing sheet, choose the location. Okay. Now grouping means right side you cannot select and group, because right side anywhere if you select for values of the right side, it's not left side, right side, the group option will not come. Only it will come for columns and rows. For values on the right side, whatever is there on the values, for that you cannot group. Whatever is there on the values portion for here, for that field we cannot group. Whatever is there on the rows or in the columns, for that we can group. So for this report, I'll take amount also to the rows and amount to the values also. Then, so now you can see the starting value 107, and you can see the ending values also 9990. Okay. So now what I wanted is from 1 rupees to 1000 rupees, 1000 to 2000, like that. I want to see what is the total amount. So from the left side, you select one value, do right click, go to group, mention. See here again I'm telling, left side select one value, 107 I selected, both side amount, rows also amount, values also amount. After, if you're getting this report, on the left side select one value of amount, do right click and go to group. Okay, starting at 1 rupees or 0 rupees, ending at 10,000 rupees. Aggregate by 1000. Click on OK. Clear? So now can you see a report? For this report, I am not understanding anything by seeing this report. So what I did, and again I'll repeat, right click, group, here 0 or 1, ending value at 10,000. 9990 is there, so I'll round off, I'll give 10,000. By 1000, I want to separate, click on OK. Now This report, I'm not understanding anything on this. So select this report. On the right side, on the pivot table analyze, on the right side, can you see a tool called as pivot chart? Click on this, click OK. So this chart will tell you clearly in the bottom on which price ranges peoples are ready to buy the items. Done? Is that clear for everyone? Yeah. So now the last concept is calculated field, slightly different because we have not done with formulas, so it will be difficult. Understand? So once you understand formula, then automatically you'll understand the concept. Once we're done with formulas, you'll understand this concept. So please look it into carefully. I'll copy the report to a new sheet. Select one cell, insert tab, pivot table, existing sheet, choose the location, OK. Take the country to rows and amount to values. First step. Complete of this first. In the new sheet you do, or else you do a new workbook also. Because sometimes when you do multiple works on pivot table in same workbook, sometimes it will not work. So it will be better to take a new workbook and work for only this tool. That is also fine. Create a report. Country wise, what is the total amount exported for each country? Done. So now select one value on the right side of the sum of amount. My question is what now? If sum of amount is greater than 1 lakh, then 3 percentage tax on the amount. If not, no tax. Understand? If sum of amount is greater than 1 lakh, then 3 percentage tax on the amount. If not, no tax. So the formula is equals if amount is greater than 1 lakh, then 3 percentage on the amount. If not, zero. There's no tax. So this is the formula. Then, so now how to execute this formula inside pivot table, that we are going to see. Come back here, select one cell, sum of amount here, watch carefully, go to pivot table analyze. There is an option called as field items and sets here. Click here, first option you choose calculated field. So pivot table analyze, field item unsets and calculated field. Click here. So automatically a dialog box will appear. Insert calculated field. Name it will ask. You give the name as tax. Below it will ask you formula. Erase whatever is there. Give the name as tax. Below erase everything whatever is there in the formula box. Give equals. Type if open bracket if amount you select and insert greater than 1 lakh. If amount is greater than 1 lakh, comma, what if value of true means 3% on the amount. You should not type the amount what? You have to select the amount and you have to click on insert field. Don't type. If you type equals, if open bracket, select the amount, insert greater than 1 lakh, comma 3% into again select amount and insert, comma, if not 0, close bracket. Is that clear for everyone? After this step, click on add and then click on OK. So automatically you will get this report. What is the tax for the amount which are exported more than 1 lakh? Lastly, add and click on OK. Is that clear for everyone? Please come to chat box and respond. Good, good. Okay. So I'll give an assignment based on this in the next class. Okay. If not, by today night or tomorrow morning, I'll send the file, assignment file through the group also. What you have to do and send me again revision always in mail or group. I'll tell you the assignment or I'll send you that by tomorrow class or by tomorrow before the class. I'll send you the assignment file for this chapter. Okay.